الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أما بعد أحييكم بتحية الإسلام تحية من أهل الجنة تحية من عند الله مباركة طيبة وهي السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. All praise is indeed due to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Blessing and salutation upon our noble Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, his entire household, his companions, and all those that are struggling into the day of resurrection. Inshallah, the theme of today's khutbah is Asbab wal-Ilaj al-Fitna. Al-Asbab wal-Ilaj al-Fitna. That is, the causes and as well the remedies of al-Fitna, which, if we can remember, in our last two khutbah, the Chief Imam delivered a sermon on the topic Al-Fitna wa Anwa'iha, tribulation. The word fitna, it has a lot of meaning, linguistic meaning. It can be recognized as tribulation, temptation. It can also be recognized as punishment itself. Based evidence from the Quran, based on one of the ayat he quoted from the surah, from the ayat in the surah Al-Anfal, where Allah mentioned in it that mother وَاتَّقُوا فِتْنَةً لَا تُصِيبَنَّ الَّذِينَ ظَلَمُوا مِنكُمْ خَاصَّةً وَاعْلَمُوا أَنَّ اللَّهَ شَدِيدُ الْعِقَابِ. The word fitna there means punishment. Allah said you should guard yourselves against chastisement, punishment which that kind of punishment does not befall exclusively on the wrongdoers or on the oppressors. Meaning, if that kind of punishment befalls on the face of the earth, everyone will be affected. The innocent ones, and as well the oppressors. That is why there's an encouragement to have scholars who will address issues when it comes to calamity or when it comes to immoralities. فَلَوْلَا كَانَ مِنَ الْقُرُونِ مِنْ قَبْلِكُمْ أُولُو بَقِيَّةٍ يَنْهَوْنَ عَنِ الْفَسَادِ فِي الْأَرْضِ إِلَّا قَلِيلًا مِمَّنْ أَنْجَيْنَا مِنْهُمْ. لذلك, my dear respected brothers and sisters in Islam, that's why ahead of the ayah, وَاتَّقُوا فِتْنَةً لَا تُصِيبَنَّ الَّذِينَ ظَلَمُوا مِنكُمْ خَاصَّةً. We should safeguard ourselves against the punishment, the chastisement of Allah, which when it befalls, it befalls not exclusively on the wrongdoers or on the oppressors. Allah now says we should be informed that mother وَاعْلَمُوا أَنَّ اللَّهَ شَدِيدُ الْعِقَابِ, that the punishment of Allah is so severe. In the previous two khutbah delivered, the Imam have delivered something regarding to fitna, tribulation, temptation, and as well the types of the fitna, like mother, fitna to shubahat, and as well fitna to shahawat, which he cited examples regarding to fitna to shubahat, the fitna of misconception, and as well the fitna of deception. The fitna of misconception, like he cited example of Shaitan, who was commanded to bow down for Nabi Adam, but he tried to challenge Allah that he is better than Nabi Adam, because he is created from the fire, and while Adam was created from the clay. How can a fire, someone who is created from fire that is hot, bow down for someone who is created from the clay that is not hot? Something of that nature. He misconcepts Mother Allah. Allah commanded him, instead of him to execute the commandment of Allah, he disobeyed. Likewise, the fitna of shubahat, the misconception, he cited examples of some sects, of those who call themselves as Muslims, but they have some kind of belief, evil belief. Imam cited those types of groups of mother which are part of the fitna to shubahat. Then he also cited examples regarding to fitna to shahawat, like mother and Nabi Adam. That is the fitna of the fitna of deception. When Allah commanded him to stay in Jannah and for him to eat whatever he wants in the Jannah, and he being comfortable in the garden, that is in the paradise, and he was also deprived from one particular tree for him not to even go close to it. But he was deceived, he was deluded by shaitan, that if he wants to remain in Jannah forever and for him to attain one kind of kingship, then he should go and eat from the tree. He was deceived to the extent shaitan has to even took an oath by Allah. وَقَاسَمَهُمَا إِنِّي لَكُمَا لَمِنَ النَّاصِحِينَ. He took an oath before Allah. Then that was why Nabi Adam disobeyed Allah and even ate, not even nearing the fruit of the tree. He ate from the tree, and again, immediately after taking from the fruit of the tree, he could not find mother clothes on his body. He became naked. That was how Allah exposed him. This is the cause of disobedience of Allah. For that, we should not think when we are disobeying Allah, Allah is heedless regarding to our action. وَلَا تَحْسَبَنَّ اللَّهَ غَافِلًا عَمَّا يَعْمَلُ الظَّالِمُونَ إِنَّمَا يُؤَخِّرُهُمْ لِيَوْمٍ تَشْخَصُ فِيهِ الْأَبْصَارُ. The Prophet ﷺ also mentioned in an hadith, إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَيُمْلِي لِلظَّالِمِ حَتَّى إِذَا أَخَذَهُ لَمْ يُفْلِتْهُ. Allah is giving a respite to the oppressors, to the wrongdoers. You do it, you think it's madness because he's succeeding it. Hatta idha akhadahu, till when Allah seized him, captured him, lam yuflithu, he won't escape it again. This is regarding to mother fitna to shahawat. And also the Imam also cited some examples of fitna to shahawat, mother as-shahawat, the fitna of deception, shaitan deceiving you to disobey Allah, like stealing, committing adultery, immoralities, that is lesbianism and mother homosexual. All these things are fitna to shahawat. Kidnapping, killing the soul without any legal rights, raping women and children, and so many things, depriving people from their freedom, violating people's honor, and so many things. All these are fitna to shahawat, fitna of deception. Imam has explained a lot regarding to this fitna, these two types of fitna, which any other fitna falls under these two categories. Any other forms of calamities fall under these two categories. Then here we are today, we'll be discussing about the causes and the remedies of mother al-fitna, causes of fitna, tribulation, and as I explained to you, that the word fitna can mean tribulation, can mean catastrophe, calamity, can also mean as mother temptation. What are the causes of temptation? And what are the causes of all these calamities and catastrophe? And the aims of writing the khutbah, of knowing, get to know about some of the causes and the remedies of this fitna, in order for us to be aware of them, and in order for us to distance ourselves from all these things, for us to attain the pleasure of Allah in this world and the mercy of Allah on the day of resurrection. From one of the causes of this fitna Qillatul ilm, lack of knowledge or absence of knowledge itself, and widespread of ignorance. Widespread of ignorance. If actually you understand, you have the knowledge of the greatness of Allah, you won't disobey Allah. But the reason why most of the time we disobey Allah and we feel comfortable about our misbehavior is because we don't know. We don't have regards or knowing the greatness of Allah, and which is very, very dangerous. We need to know, we need to have knowledge. Seek for knowledge of Allah. Understand the one whom you are disobeying. Because the ignorant people are the ones who are prone to these temptations. That was why the Prophet ﷺ connected some of the things in one hadith. What are those things? Like mother, he said that mother, that time will come. When he was making this statement at his time, yes, that time will come. That means those things has not happened at his time. That time will come that rather knowledge will be taken away from people. What is the meaning of knowledge being taken away from the people is that knowledge will be taken away from people by the death of the scholars. Scholars not being in the midst of the people again. Death of the scholars or assassinating the scholars, killing of the scholars. Then widespread of ignorance, because by the time the learned scholars are not in the midst of people again, then ignorance will come to take place. Then also wuku'ul fitan, the presence of temptations, because provided there is no knowledge again, people are being exposed to ignorance. When there is fitan, you see people advocating it. That is why in this, regarding to this to this lack or absence of knowledge and widespread of ignorance about, there are a lot of hadith of Abu Hurairah, hadith of Abu Wa'il, hadith of Anas ibn Malik, regarding to this one of the causes of the fitna, of this fitna of deception and fitna of misconception. Number 2, he now mentioned ضعف الدين, weakness of the religion. People will be weak in their religion. Yes, of course, there is an hadith narrated by Anas bin Malik, hadith that is reported in the authentic book of At-Tirmidhi, the Sunan At-Tirmidhi, hadith of Anas bin Malik. The Prophet ﷺ mentioned that يَأْتِي عَلَى النَّاسِ زَمَانٍ, that time will come upon people. That الصَّابِرُ عَلَى دِينِ, someone who is patient who is patient and who has endurance in practicing his religion. كَالْقَابِضْ عَلَى الْجَمْرِ, it's like someone holding a piece of firewood. If a piece of like firewood, that there is fire, or a piece of burning charcoal, let me use that word, a piece of burning charcoal. Someone who is patient in practicing his religion, overlooking people's misbehavior, overlooking people's immoralities, is just like he's one in millions. People will look at him because he will be strange in the community. He will be, the Prophet now used an example, كَالْقَابِضْ عَلَى الْجَمْرِ, like someone holding a piece of burning charcoal. Because the Prophet mentioned in one hadith that the way Islam appear to be strange, likewise will also disappear strange. That is it. That is regarding to hadith of Anas ibn Malik. weakness of the religion. Also, from the causes of from the causes of temptation or tribulation, su'ul akhlaq, bad manners. Bad manners is a situation whereby the junior don't have regards to the senior, and the senior does not show mercy to the junior ones. This is bad manners, bad behaviors. Then number 3 of the causes of these two fitan, the fitna of shahawat and the fitna of shubuhat, is not applying the rules of Allah, not making your Quran and the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ as a constitution, abandoning the Quran and abandoning the tradition of the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, not applying the rules of Allah on the face of the earth. Because we are applying the rule of Allah, we will be at rest. Because it has been written in the Quran, all the rules. If you steal, this is the penalty. If you kill a soul intentionally, this is the penalty. Your life will also be taken. If you commit adultery, as when you are married, you have to be stoned to death. As single, you have to be given 100 lashes. All these are rulings. If we are following all these rules, people will be at rest. And in fact, if killing someone unintentionally, there is a compensation. If we know that there is retribution or legal penalty on us, you won't get drunk and be driving on the road, killing people. Because if you do that, this is intentional killing people. Your life will also be taken. Because Allah said, من أجل ذلك كتبنا على بني إسرائيل أنه من قتل نفسا بغير نفس أو فساد في الأرض فكأنما قتل الناس جميعا ومن أحياها فكأنما أحيا الناس جميعا. And also وكتبنا عليهم فيها أن النفس بالنفس والعين بالعين والأنف بالأنف والأذن بالأذن. If you kill a soul, your soul will also be taken. If you damage someone's eyes, yours will be damaged. Damage someone's nose, yours will be damaged. Damage someone's ear, yours will also be damaged. Damaging someone's teeth, yours will also be damaged, or any part of his body, yours will also be damaged. This is the rules of Allah in the Quran. And as you've read it like that, that is the justice from Allah. And that was why Allah mentioned in Surah Al-Baqarah that matter. وَلَكُمْ فِي الْقِصَاصِ حَيَاةٌ يَا أُولِي الْأَلْبَابِ لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ. In legal retribution or retaliation, there is life for you. If had it been people driving recklessly or people assassinating others, their life is also taken like that. They won't make an attempt to do that because they know that if they do that, there is retribution. There is legal retaliation on them. They will hold back. That was why Allah now mentioned, had it been, yes, of course, we are following the Quran and the Hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, Allah could have lived peacefully. You won't involve yourself in kidnapping because you know if you are caught, there is penalty on you. You won't involve yourself in raping women and raping children because there is retribution for that in the Quran. And in accordance to the tradition of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. For that was Allah said, "Mother, وَلَكُمْ فِي الْقِصَاصِ حَيَاةٌ يَا أُولِي الْأَلْبَابِ." Oh, that mother, in legal retribution or retaliation, there is life. But for only those who have understanding, for those who possess understanding, لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ. Perhaps you may be righteous, meaning you may abstain from that sin. For that, my dear respected brothers and sisters in Islam, regarding to this matter, to this number 3, had it been like what happened, what is happening, or what has been happening regarding to our military dropping bomb, or the victims of this bomb attack, all these things, had it been We are suing the government for them to pay compensation on each soul. Do you think another government that this will repeat itself? The answer is no. It will not repeat itself. It will not repeat itself, but because we look at it as rather something insignificant, we don't take it important. That is why we are suffering today. We ask Allah to grant us understanding. Then number 4 of the causes of this, the fitna, that is the tribulation or the temptation, is rather a oppression. And this oppression, Allah has prohibited himself regarding to oppression and say, إِنِّي حَرَّمْتُ الظُّلْمَ عَلَى نَفْسِي وَجَعَلْتُهُ بَيْنَكُمْ مُحَرَّمًا. Allah has made oppression prohibited upon himself. He now said that likewise I have made it prohibition. I have made that prohibition upon you. إِنِّي حَرَّمْتُ الظُّلْمَ عَلَى نَفْسِي وَجَعَلْتُهُ بَيْنَكُمْ مُحَرَّمًا فَلَا تَظَّلَمُوا. Don't oppress yourselves, because this oppression will lead to chaos, calamities among the people and also in the community. It brings unrest, and as well it increases fitan, that is chaos, tribulation in the community, in the city, in the state, and also the country at large. Then number 5 of the causes of the fitna is the tribulation or the presence of the advocates of this trial, of this temptation. People advocating immoralities, encouraging immoralities among people, encouraging chaos among people. All these things, when people are not heed regarding to the law of Allah, creating confusion, calamities, chaos among people, then it's also it also is one of the is also one of the causes of murder of the fitna. Beautifying something evil. When there are people beautifying something evil, advocating chaos and so many things, there will be unrest. There will be chaos. Discouraging people from righteous action and misguiding people ignorantly. This is one of the causes of the fitna, trial, tribulation, or temptation. Then the remedies to this temptation, remedies to all this stealing, kidnapping, taking hard drugs, driving recklessly, kidnapping, raping women, and as well the children, and so many atrocities. One of the solutions, one of the remedies to this fitna is al-rujuu ila Allah ta'ala, turning back to Allah through the ayats of the Quran, through the verses of the Quran. What you are about to do, ask yourself, did the Quran encourage that? What you are about to do, ask yourself, did the Prophet ﷺ encourage that? If the answer is no, then withdraw from it. Withdraw from it. Then also from it, al-rujuu ila sunnah, returning back to the pure traditions of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Learn about the characters, the norms, the behavior of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Always account for yourself, analyze yourself. Am I on the tradition of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, or I'm following my low desire? I'm following my soft inclination. If you are going contrary to the Prophet, to the commandment of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the action of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, then withdraw, come back to his path. And if you observe yourself being on the path of the tradition, of the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, then you appreciate Allah. Because it is by the guidance of Allah, it's not by your wisdom. You being guided is also a ni'mah, a favor, a blessing from Allah. Those whom are misguided, reach up to them, advise them. Those that are not ready to heed, then look unto them and appreciate Allah. Alhamdulillah alladhi aafani mimma ibtalaka bih wa faddalani ala kathirin mimman khalaqa tafdilan. Because Allah is the one who created you and them. He chose you and chose guidance and gave you that guidance. This is just a favor from Allah. هو الذي خلقكم فمنكم كافر ومنكم مؤمن. This is how Allah wants to see the world. He now choose the guidance and give to you. He, Allah, in that ayah, He said He created you, all of you, everything living on the face of the earth are all the creation of Allah. Then He now said, فَمِنْكُمْ كَافِرٌ. From amongst you, there are unbelievers. وَمِنْكُمْ مُؤْمِنٌ. And from amongst you, there are those who believe in Allah. Then Allah will choose the Islam and give to you without paying a penny. Without paying a penny. Likewise, from the solution to this fitna, that is the temptation, is rather beautifying your intention. Have a good intention. And also avoid following your self-inclination, your desire, your low desire. Because no matter how intelligent you are, know that Allah and the statement of Allah and the statement of the Prophet ﷺ is beyond your intellect, is beyond your smartness. Just return back to the Quran. Because the world that you are seeing is temporary. The Prophet ﷺ have mentioned that, and Allah have also mentioned that in the Quran. Be conscious of Allah and look, ماذا اتقوا الله ولتنظر نفس ما قدمت لغد. Be conscious of Allah and look at what we've sent forth for tomorrow. Because Allah is going to ask us regarding to our life in this world, regarding to the youth age, to your health. The Prophet ﷺ have mentioned in a hadith, if I'm not mistaken, hadith of Anas ibn Malik, اغتنم خمسا قبل خمس. Make use of 5 advantages before you be deprived from those 5. شبابك قبل هرمك. Your youth age before your old age, before you be overtaken by old age. Then صحتك قبل سقمك. Your health before you will be overtaken by illness or sickness. Then فراغك قبل شغلك. Your free time that you are having before you will be overtaken by preoccupied time. Then حياتك قبل موتك. Your life before you will be overtaken by death, because it will come to each and every one of us without any preparation for that. We ask Allah to grant us understanding. I shift in this hadith in order for us to know that yes, Allah have granted us ni'mah of life, ni'mah of youth, ni'mah of wealth, ni'mah of mother, of life itself. Then from the remedies of the fitna is mother, you being patient regarding to abstaining from Allah's prohibition. Because they say this is Allah's prohibition. Most of the things that Allah prohibited, you observe that our heart love it. Most of the things that Allah permitted, ask us to do, we observe that is contrary to our desire. Then you have to be patient and obey Allah. Be patient, because the world is temporary. The years you are going to spend in your grave might be more than the years you spend in this world. Consider yourself the years you are going to spend standing on the land of gathering on the day of resurrection. 50,000 years, according to the scholars, is more than the years you are going to spend in this world. The Prophet ﷺ have mentioned, أَعْمَارُ أُمَّتِي بَيْنَ السِّتِّينِ وَسَبْعِينَ وَقَلِيلٌ مِّنْهُمْ مَنْ يُجَاوِزُ ذَلِكَ. The lifespan of my ummah is between 60 and 70. Only very few will cross those age. Only very few will cross 60. Only very few will cross 70. That means majority of the people living on the face of the earth will die below the age of 60. For that, consider yourself, hold on to the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, because the place you are here is temporary. Inshallah, a permanent home is Al-Jannah. Imam Ahmad was asked, Mata nastarih, when are we going to rest from the calamities of this world, from worshipping Allah, from all these calamities? He said that, mother, the day you see your foot in Al-Jannah. This was the response he made. For that, the day you see yourself resting was the day you see, is going to be the day you see your foot in Al-Jannah. We ask Allah to count us among those that will be admitted into Jannah. Amen. For that, we have to be patient. Regarding to Allah's prohibition, it's not easy. My dear respected brothers and sisters in Islam, wallahi, it's not easy. Deprive yourself from your heart's commandments. Because inna nafsa la'ammaratun bisu illa man rahima rabbi. Our hearts that we are saying, it always drive us to evil, except only those that Allah have mercy on them. Not because their heart is not driving them to evil, but because Allah have guided them through. That was why Allah have mercy on them. Regarding to that, they were able to defeat, to have victory on their heart desire. Then, lastly, from the solution, from the remedies of the fitna, which is the trial, tribulation, also fitna that might warrant Allah's descending His wrath on us, is mother from the remedies of the fitna that will end us, the pleasure of Allah, is applying the rules of Allah, applying the Quran and applying the hadith of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We ask Allah to guide us through, and we ask Allah to also, to make the Quran and the hadith to be our constitution. I believe everything is time. I believe that will come to take effect, inshallah. We ask Allah to grant us understanding. Inshallah, the Imam is around. We come and give the khutbah.